One of your favorite pieces of content here. Fresh stuff from the recent Berlin Major, and to begin with, let me show you how Astralis, aka the 4 times Major champions, run out from their spawn. This is Device being a little violent here, simple left click mistake and minus 30 HP for Magisk. Of course he's able to kinda fix his mistake with a quick entry kill, but I wanted to show this moment because we are all humans and humans can make silly mistakes, even in the grand final. Also, I believe it's great to start with a clip that you shouldn't do in your games and continue with all the other things that are more useful. Next up, Mirage, B bomb site, and here we have NBK jump spotting B apps. When it's usually done by jumping from the lower ground to the left or just jump left and right, then I actually like his approach over here. He leaves a tiny gap to see deep B apps and to be as hidden as possible. Now he continuously keeps jumping straight up. This gives him an opportunity to see apps almost all the time. For instance, when you jump like that, you have some pretty long off time, and if push comes in at the very right time, you could already be late. This tiny gap method could be a great alternative for that. Of course, when it becomes too common, enemies could easily pre-fire that, but till then, feel free to try it out yourself. Again Mirage, and we already know that Renegades likes to come up with new creative boosts. Here's another one. JKS jumps on top of Gratisfaction and they try to surprise Avantgarde by boosting behind, or let's say above the regular A-ramp Molotov. Nice idea for sure, just this time enemy team gave them no chance to capitalize on that, so they fell back and switched their weapons. Here I chose another cool camera angle for you, just to show how sneaky this 2-man tower actually is. Super general. Vitality against Avantgarde on Dust 2. This is an important round where Vitality wants to get this long control, and I really liked her approach. How they smoked off the whole vision from A side to deep long. It's a regular long corner smoke combined with the smoke Saiwu throws right here. Position yourself like shown. Aim a bit left from left top part of this building. Then left click throw. Smoke flies over the longhouse, almost kisses this post and lands to the right side of the regular corner smoke. When you have those 2 smokes down, you can isolate long defenders from side defenders and your long take should be a bit easier. A great idea and a great execution by Vitality. Also, respect to all the fans, it seemed like they enjoyed this smoke as much as I did. Next up, Overpass and a quick graffiti smoke by Device. Make sure you're running close to this wall and aim at the right top corner of this metal thingy. Then just run and jump throw. Smoke flies high, bounces a couple of times and lands next to graffiti, leaving only the sandbags angle there. So when you go quickly into B, you know that one guy is most likely working with the gap over there. I also had to hop into a server and try it out myself. I aimed a bit higher than Device, but I think this way it could be even better. This is how it goes. Quick and easy smoke for your future B rushes. Mirage and Jamie with a simple smoke lineup that may come handy for your middle/window player. Get into this corner and aim at the black mark on the wall. Then just left click throw. This smoke will nicely land in the entrance of bottom connector. Jamie follows his simple idea up with 2 important AWP kills. I like that this smoke has it all. Fairly simple throwing position and an easy to remember lineup. Dust 2, and again the guy who is in the action is Jamie. It's 15 to 10, they have the match point in their hands and they are going for this 2-man tower entry towards lower tunnels. You see that the timing is there and they get Apex down with ease. Only 12 seconds into the round and your team is in a 5 vs 4 situation. Not a bad way to start off your round. Here you can see this little boost from the enemy side and look at the precise timing as well. Simply beautiful stuff. Alright, still Dust 2, but we have a whole another situation here. Astralis is having a force buy against Crazy, and I like this alternative door smoke that Clave throws here. Line yourself up with this second thinner metal post from the left. Aim like shown. If you're ready, then run a bit and jump throw. Smoke bounces multiple times and lands pretty quickly to B doors. In this particular round, it didn't help them too much, but the idea was there, and since you're watching this video, you must love those tiny details of this game that helps to build up creator ideas. Next up Inferno and Adren here with a left click top middle smoke. Previously I have shown you a similar idea by Phase Rain, but he did it with a jump throw. Adren is doing it without one. Feel free to pause the video and study it yourself. He aims with his view models here. Otherwise, just enjoy the idea that he throws this top middle smoke pretty late into the round from completely safe position to then contest top middle and push T side little bit back from their positions they would most likely want to be at that point of the round. Overpass. All my Instagram followers should already have seen this from my stories, but since there are people that are not following me on Instagram, then here you have it. Nice little off angle for you. Unfortunately in this round he falls back before any action here, but it should be enough of a surprise to get you at least a one frag. They most likely trade you after that, but still worth a try. Especially in your 4 spy round where you desperately need this surprising factor to win the round. Once again Dust 2, and there's a lot to talk about in this Avantgarde T-side pistol round against Vitality. So they try to take A long and they only use one flash for that. After they have some long control, they throw smoke for CT spawn. This is what Sanji is doing here. You should have seen this lineup before, nothing too fresh here. And it bounces high enough on the ramp, so they don't really have gaps to work with when they are deep CT spawn. The other smoke is thrown by Adren and it's a short smoke. Position in this barrel's corner. Crouch, aim with your view models like shown, then stand up and left click throw. This smoke either forces CTs out in the open, kinda A-plat to fight with the guys in long, or they have to fall behind this short smoke. In my opinion, amazing 2 smokes to use in your pistol rounds. But before they go in, they also peek car with this 2-man tower here. If Quickert, who is on the top of the tower, jumps, he can see if anyone is hiding in the car position or not. And CTs tend to do it quite often, especially in the pistol rounds. Once they spot Alex behind the car, they wallbang him and get pretty much a free frag. As you can see, Quickert has P250 for this occasion. You can wallbang those car windows with both Glock and P250, but P250 does a bit better damage. So it was all planned, and very well planned by Avantgarde. Alright, Mirage, and a pretty easy top mid smoke by Hunter here. If I'm not wrong, I saw it first a couple of months ago from Robs, but why not to go over it once again. By the way, it's special because it only demands a jump throw, no movement needed. Hug this wall right before it turns. Now look at this shadow plus white line and aim in between them like shown. Then just jump throw. Smoke lands into top mid, blocking off the right side vision for T's. There's a gap on the left, but it's not that important. It's better than the gap on the right. Just be aware that they could easily push behind that smoke. Simple as that. Sadly, MIBR didn't perform to their potential in this tournament, and this trick is one of the rare failure ideas in this video, but I wanted to include it because you can self-boost like that and Fer was pretty close to actually nailing it. If you want to see how it's done, feel free to watch one of my hard jumps videos in the right top corner afterwards. Anyways, nice try Fer, I see what you did there. Lots of Avantgarde POVs here, but I guess they deserve it. Adren shows you alternative smoke for Xbox. Go to this corner, aim left from this darker thingy till you hit the brighter line and right click throw. Smoke will get stuck on the door and it works as an Xbox smoke. This is how it looks from CT side middle. Nice and neat. The next clip isn't anything special, just an idea that North used in their 4 spy round. They had decent spawns, 2 guys went to window room and Yugi boosted Kiarbi onto this box. Now, as no one plays 2 into this corner, Yugi tries to bait here. If he would die, no one would expect Kiarbi in the same position. And if someone would for example nade Yugi, then Kiarbi gets almost 0 damage, because he's on the upper ground on the box, and you know how nades work in CSGO. Pretty clever approach. Yugi also has a pistol, if he dies it's not that big of a deal, but he has a chance to bait him into Kiarbi. This round it didn't go as planned and he's only able to get 1 versus 1 trade here. Still a small applause for this idea. Next up Jamie and his nade knowledge. He tries to entry B, sees that Astralis has a 2-man tower in the dark corner, so he decides to use his nade knowledge to molly them out from position. It's a beautiful idea. Corner position, jump throw, but unfortunately this lineup was a bit off. I like the way he was thinking in this scenario, but this molly gets stuck in the air. It does 0 damage to dark. For a proper Molotov, use the same position, look for this dark dot, aim left till you hit the stone wall, and jump throw. It goes over the roof and gets the dark, with no bugs and tricks attached. Very simple, straightforward Molotov. Sadly, yeah, Jamie's Molotov got bugged. Feel free to save Jamie sometime, link him this video, and let the corrections for the next event begin. Mirage and the Molotov by Jerry. He got the info that enemies push top con to A, so he tries to stay alive, win his team some time, and he throws a following Molotov to deny regular connector / short plant. Huck this thingy on your left and aim at the left side of this dark line on the door. Jump throw. He also gets a kill to Forester and pretty much seals the deal with that. The moral of the story is know your nades. There have been no ideas for nuke yet, but here I show you 4 nades by Shocks that could almost single-handedly work as a good A fake. Break all the glasses, position yourself according to those yellow lines on the ground, and now feel free to pause for those nade lineups yourself. I'm not gonna spend too much of your time here, but it's a molly for hot side heaven and part of the hut, smokies for heaven, and flashes for the whole A bomb site. This is how it looks from the side. Lucky adds 1 smoke and flash to it, and as you can see, defenders are worried while G2 is actually pushing outside. Sometimes you only need nades. Alrighty, Vertigo here, and Nitro shows us a sneaky spot on A bomb site. He stays right here. These type of things are hard to execute against Astralis because they rarely don't check the corners, but he still gets the planter down and saves some time in this case scenario. Also, as you can see, it's very hard to see him from this spot, and T's weren't really ready to aim up there as well. It was still a nice surprise for them. That's 2 and that ran. Firstly, he shows his fancy lineup for a short flash. And then, this is pretty interesting one, when they hit B, he throws a sloppy / bait smoke for the door on purpose. It may get the enemy to push the smoke. That's exactly what happened and they were 100% ready for it. Very well played clutch situation. Also, Valve, how can you guys sleep at night when you know that the major was played on a map like this? That's bad. But if you guys want to be good, just subscribe.